Hi everyone, Shrug here, and lately people have been complaining about Mental Ray and how they can't use it and they don't know what's going on and how they don't like it, and shut up, it's awesome. How dare you offend the Mental Ray god. I can't select anything. Huh. Oh wait, no, there we go. Whoa. Alright, so yeah, Mental Ray is amazing. You just... Why do people not like it? Anyway, I am going to show you how to use it really quickly and really poorly, but oh well, you're gonna learn something. So first of all, we want to go and render what we've got here. As you can see, it looks hideous. Let's full screen that and zoom in. Hideous. Good. You've learned. Let's just zoom in on his face and we'll go like close up. It's gonna be creepy and it's gonna be hideous. How hideous is that? Yes, that's what you're getting if you don't use Mental Ray. Shame on you. Now we go into our window, settings and preferences, plugin manager, down at the bottom. You're going to start at the top and you're going to scroll down. You're going to go to Maya to mr.mll and you want to go load and auto load, and then you want to close that window, and you're going to go to your render settings and you're going to click on render using. You're going to go to Mental Ray. Yes, that's the start. Now let's do that same face render. Oh yeah, I've got ambient occlusion running on this. I should probably turn that off. Hypershade, where are you? Yeah, sorry if your renders are taking long. You're going to want to go into Steve's skin. You want to go into your hypershade, click on your skin, click this button here so you get your graph, and you want to find this here. This is your MIB ambient occlusion node. You're going to want to delete that. That basically pre-bakes ambient occlusion onto your thing, and you don't want that because it will probably slow down your renders. So now when we go render, you see blam, it's taken a second to render and it looks fabulous. Well, not really fabulous, but it looks right. Now let's go back into render settings, go to quality, and we'll shove it up to production. I'm going to knock our max sample level down to 1 because you don't need it at 2 really for Minecraft animations unless you go in really hardcore. Also under common, scroll down to presets and find HD 720 because 720p is awesome. Now enable color management. That's a good thing if you're going to be using physical sun and sky. Now currently in the scene we've got a 2-point lighting setup, which is alright I guess, but 3-point lighting setups are preferable for just like a character just by themselves. But say you've got an outdoors scene, I can't really be bothered opening one up, but you're going to want to use physical sun and sky because it's easy, it looks good when you use it properly. Now first things first, we're going to want to grab the light direction it places. I'm going to scale it up and just shift it somewhere. Oh, yeah, let's place it there. Now, the cool thing about this, whatever direction it is pointing, the light will face, and it will also change the time of day. So, right there it will be, let's actually render this. Might take a while. See what it looks like. See, there we go. Holy crap, my fans just decided to kick in. Weird. Okay, so yeah, that's midday. Now, let's change this to kind of evening, 8 o'clock at night on a summer's day. Render that. Look at that. So the sun is there on the screen, so it's going to be around here, and there it is. Now if we actually just let's make a kind of inspirational picture with Steve and the sun right behind him. Let's make the sun like that. And render. Oh yeah, Steve with the sun behind him. Now, let's just create a ground plane because things look nicer on a ground plane. And just change the direction of the light, like there. Good. Okay, no. It looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. So that's mental ray in a nutshell. Now I'm going to cover another thing really quickly whilst I'm here. Let's go back into our hypershade. Actually, I just click here. So we're in a hypershader. Let's find the Steve skin. What I've been hearing from you guys is a lot of people have had issues with the texture looking blurry, and that's because under the color options here, your filter type is set to quadratic. So if we want to show you exactly what that is, here's the Lambert, that is your texture. Here is the texture that is plugged into your Lambert's color node. Actually, no, that's too advanced, sorry. Yeah, basically you want to turn your filter type to off. And that unfilters everything and makes it like as the pixels are in the texture. So you get nice looking renders. Anyway, now another thing is people might have issues with this is rendering. You've got like no options to render as a video here. That's because with Mental Ray you render each image separately. What you're going to want to do, select PNG, I guess, that's good enough. Now you want to come down to frame animation extension. You want to go name underscore extension, and that allows us to render multiple frames. Now since we've got a walk cycle running on Steven, I think it's like 28 frames long, so we're going to want to make the end frame 28, and the render cam is perspective. So that's this camera here. Wait, renderable cameras. There we go. I'm going to select your perspective camera. Now I think that's all you really need to set up beforehand. Now you want to go into your rendering tab, go render, batch render. It's going to come up with this box here. It's going to go auto render threads, so you can choose how many threads on your CPU it uses. I choose 6 because I've got a 6-core CPU, and 6 is optimal for a 6-core CPU. Auto memory limits, just basically it'll use as much as it needs. It won't use any more or any less, and it'll just use as much as it wants. Now you want to go batch render and close. So now this is going to render out 28 frames of animation, and that's going to be a looping walk cycle which I made. So another thing is you might want to open up your task manager, and since I'm kind of rendering now, it's going to be a bit laggy, since we don't like laggy things. So when the batch render, where is the batch renderer? My batch. So now this here is going to be rendering pretty soon after it autosaves. What we're going to want to do is set its priority to low. And this basically allows you to have as much, well, it means the batch render won't use your whole CPU. As you can see, since I'm rendering, my frame rate perhaps is going really slowly, so I'm going to stop recording and come back once the rendering is done. Alright, so rendering has completed and I'm in After Effects. So first thing what I'm going to do is import our files that we exported. So I can actually remember where they are now. Let me just, alright, so sadly I forgot to name them, but oh well, I know where I rendered them to. Actually, I'll just show you here. Up here it will show where it renders to, so we've got C, 3D stuff, other Steve images. You can actually give a prefix to the name, so say we want to call it like scene a shot B, you can do that. It's fine with me. Yeah, you have to ask me before you do things. Anyway, I'm going to create a new composition with geez, it's been a while since I've used After Effects. Create a new composition with the imported images. You're also going to want to interpret the footage and make sure it is 24 frames a second, because that is what animation is. Actually it's like 23.954 or something, I don't know. Oh well. Now if we play in After Effects, you can see here we've got our funky walking, which is cool. So what we're going to do with that then is we're going to click on our composition and drag it into the render queue. Or what we could do is right click on that and no, possibly not. It's been a while. Oh, there you go, composition, add to render queue up here, or press Control M. But anyway, now our output mode, preferable for, or if you're outputting anything really, the best mode is H.264, lossless, and the file type, or you're going to output it to wherever you want, and you're going to call it whatever it needs to be called. So let's just go to desktop as we can. I'm going to call it untitled.mp4 because I can't be bothered naming it. Now let's render this. Should take a second. Oh no, it took 4 seconds. Wow. Alright, there we go. So that's rendered. Let's go to desktop. There we go. Ha, cool background. Let's change it. I want Adventure Time. Awesome. Right, so Untitled. Let's play it. Damn, Finn looks horrified at Untitled.mp4. Also, no, don't worry about that. I'm in a weird mood today, I don't know why. I'm just thinking oddly. Did that open? No. God dang it. Let's just open up VLC anyway. VLC, what you doing? Click. Oh. That's what you're doing, you're not weird. Right, let's just play that then. It's coming slowly. Alright, there we go. So that's 1 second long. As you can see, yeah, looks fine. We've got a bit of edge issues because we use PNG. If you want to get your renders to look best, I thoroughly recommend using TIFF. But the thing about TIFF is since it's basically raw image, it will be a ridiculous file size. I think for my end of year animation assignment, the total folder size was somewhere in the gigabytes. Like, let's just have a look. Yeah, it's 3.8 gigs. It's probably more like 4 gigs. And that's only 1,000 images. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters is now you know what mental ray is and how to use it, and how you should use it, and why you should use it, and you should use it. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.